That's on me. I messed around too much. Huh? Yeah, I messed around too much. Note to self, don't do that again. Not your smartest decision. We are so big. Yeah, that crash probably fixed the game. All right, so let's not travel to that tunnel again, and let's just go to the Turnstead Quarry, which is where I originally was trying to go before Mike decided to barrel off the line and take us to the Tunnel of Death. So here we go. All right, back to the Turnstead Quarry. To the Turnstead Quarry. This is not the home of, but just the working location of the Ironworks engines. That's where we were trying to go, but Mike decided to barrel down the track. I made the Big City engine from Gordon Goes Foreign using the Jubilee. It's on Creators Club. Farquhar Quarry. Could be a part of the quarry, but this is more of a. This is more of just like a location for a. I don't know really what to say. This is just a location where I filmed the Ironworks engine. Like, for example, this is like a coal mine hopper thing, right here. But in actuality, this is like where Victoria uses this as a shed whenever this is in operation. So whenever she's out and about, she's mostly going to be in here, or whenever she's resting, she's always resting in this little shed right here. It's pronounced like that, but I always call it Farquhar because that's just how I remember they pronounced it in the show. So Victoria, you'll go there, and of course the menace to society. You know, the menace of Sodor himself, the one who freaking crashed the game last time because he just had to take us past the point of no return. Mike himself, everyone, you know. Which side do I usually spawn you on? That I always forget. I think that these two don't really care about, like, which side they are on. Like, they really don't care. Just like Reneus is pronounced Renius. Ah, that makes a lot much more. That makes sense. Iron Mike, Iron Holly. There she is. Iron Holly. Holly, do me a favor, will you? Can you please talk to Mike here and tell him why it's not a good idea to go past the speed limit and also nearly get us killed? Thanks, Holly. Really swell job. Leave it to Mike to almost get all of us killed in one spelled swoop. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry the stream had crashed. I had to reset the game and it kind of ended the stream. I wasn't planning on ending it so soon. This was going to be a late night stream, so. But I'm just currently setting up the Ironworks engines. This is where we were supposed to stop at, but our friend Mike over here decided he had other plans and nearly made us run off the rails. What about Billy and Benny? Billy and Benny, are those characters that I was supposed to be making? And it probably was. I'll have to go through. I'm not too sure. I got to go through each of the liveries and recheck it. But here we have our friends, the Ironworks engines. We got Victoria, Mike, Holly, and Freya herself. Just living it up like always. Now, Mike, you did a good job when carrying the train up here, but I'm gonna be honest with you, friend. Hello again. I meant Bill and Ben. I was calling up Billy and Benny for that. Oh, Bill and Ben. Yeah, they're around. I can spawn them in, but where are they? Where are those little pranksters? Ah, yes, Bill and Ben themselves. Hello, Bill. You look a bit off, but we won't talk about it, friend. Alright? Everyone looks off here. Even the ones who are on model. Who did I just spawn in? Bill? Well, then you're gonna need a Ben. Oh, wait. Wait. I think we got two Bills. We got Bill and Bill. I think the names got mixed up. I think your name tags got mixed up. You should try to make Billy and Humphrey. Don't be silly. We should. But I just noticed an error that's going to need to be fixed. Ben, your nameplate says Bill when it should say Ben. So right now we got two Bills. We got Bill. We got Billy Bill. And the Ironworks engines. Bill and Bill, you can just chill over there for now. For the time being while I set up a scene. Who should we have over here? We'll have DuPont. Where are you, old friend? Well, not old friend. You're probably new to the railway. There you are. Hello. See, these engines, the sodor clay, actually go alongside Bill and Ben. This is DuPont. Who's Freya? Freya doesn't talk much, but she's the fourth or the first engine we currently know of who was at the Ironworks, but for whatever reason she decided not to be numbered because each of the engines are numbered. Their last number is their actual designated number. So Mike, the 9, even though it's, what's called that, you can consider that 9 number 1. So that would make Holly number 2 and Freya number 3, and that would also make her number 4, Victoria at 6012. But Freya has been here longer. She doesn't talk much, and she does speak to DuPont occasionally whenever they're pulling passengers, because sometimes whenever the other engines are out and about or busy or out for maintenance, Freya or DuPont are called upon to act to pull trains. Victoria, though, she usually just stays in the yard shunting around. But she also she occasionally is a trickster herself. Gets up to a lot of tricks and likes to race against Jeremy. Hopefully no more spy driver. Hopefully. We'll never know until we hop onto a train and figure out, but he's probably still around here lurking. Where are you, Jeremy? Jeremy, you little trickster. There you are. Now Jeremy here. Jeremy is a sodor clay engine. Works alongside Bill and Ben on the sodor clay. But his paint resembles Victoria. His livery. Only thing is, his actually is slightly either darker, or I can't remember. One of them have like a slightly darker shade of yellow to them. Now we're gonna get our other big engine that we have. No, first we gotta get our the engine that nobody likes. Well, the jerk of an engine that Mike doesn't like, to be honest with you. Tim. Good old Tim. Not the friendliest of engines and not the kindest to anyone. He especially doesn't like Jeremy. One of the little jokes that is amongst Tim and Jeremy is that whenever Jeremy plays a prank is that Tim likes to push him into a turntable. You actually may have heard those two arguing before in the background of an episode. That's kind of what they were referring to. And occasionally, Jeremy's a bit of a trickster. So, there's been occasions where Tim here has missed completely and fallen into the turntable himself. They really are. They really are. Because instead of doing their job, they rather argue and they just mess around and cause a lot of destruction. I think they are the only reason why the breakdown van is still in service. Now we need our good old friend. Where is she? They're the leader of the group when it comes down to the sodor trying to clean engines, Vivian. Jeremy and Tim must hate each other. They do. They really do. And especially when Tim especially hates it when Jeremy can rally Victoria to a side. And it's already bad that Mike doesn't like Tim. Like, they'll constantly argue. I think if he isn't arguing with Jeremy, Tim is arguing with Mike. And then, of course, you got Holly over having to put Mike in check. Because Mike has a habit of letting his mouth run. Mike is a bit of a how you would say, are Tim and Jeremy brothers? We actually don't know. They argue like brothers, but whenever you ask them, they say no. But the way you two are, you would think they're brothers. Not to mention, it doesn't help that they're the same bases. Like, I know that all the engines have the same bases, I know. But in terms of, like, what their actual bases are supposed to be, these two have the exact same bases, but they claim they are not brothers. But the two twins, Iron Mike and Iron Holly, are. And on their previous railway, apparently they were very famous, though it was a small railway. They don't talk about it very much, but it apparently was a nice railway if they're fond of it. And Victoria, she doesn't talk about her origins at all. In fact, you ask her about it and she goes pretty quiet, which is strange. She's very chatty sometimes. Especially when that rascal is here. This one's always liking to race. Isn't that right, Jeremy? Liking to race other engines or mess with Tim. And then you have Vivian. They could be. Like, I don't want to say anything out loud, and they can't read the comments, so they don't know what's being said right now, but they could be. They're definitely, they probably would lose their lids if they heard what you could say, but they don't know that. In DuPont, I think he's just a heavy goods engine. He's to be honest with you, he kind of sounds like Gordon. He does. Jeremy does share the same name with another friend of ours, Jeremy the Jet, who we asked him about that too, and he doesn't know who Jeremy is. Like, he always says he's the only Jeremy, but I don't know how to tell Jeremy that he's not the only Jeremy. So whenever you say Jeremy to him, I'm gonna stop saying Jeremy because I'm getting PTSD now. You're going to give me PTSD. I'm just going to stop saying your name. And that's also how he trolls Tim. He sounded like you know what? You're going to make me keep saying his name because the stuff you keep pointing out is very suspicious. And a lot of them have origins that they don't discuss or get into. Like, I think the only ones whose origins we fully know completely and where they're actually from is Vivian, I believe. She said she's from the mainland, so. And according to according to her driver, that's where she was from. I feel like we're missing somebody. Is that all the engines of the sodor? Oh, how could I forget our dear happy friend? Where are you, friend? Come on, pal. There you are, our good old friend. Sam? Yep, Sam. I don't think Sam is your name, actually. I think Sam is just what we call you because you have that, Sam imprinted, like, printed on the side of you. Only thing is, I don't think Sam is his name. That's literally just what we call him. Look at that happy fella. Happy to be here. Hello, Sam. Sam, S-A-M. I don't know what S-A-M stands for, but... And apparently that's not his real name, and he gets quite upset when you call him that. I don't know what his real name is, but Mike always calls him Sam. Them two are friends. Mike and Sam are good friends. They share the same energy of hating Tim, so... Well, when it comes down to Sam, he doesn't really hate Tim. It's more of Tim is annoying, and Sam is just so deadpan about it that he knows how to put up with Tim's nonsense from here on out. But he's pretty chill. Samson in mining. Could it? I wonder is that what that stands for? Because he that's just what that was the name he had when he first got here, and the only thing he wanted us to change was his livery, but the he wanted to keep his name, so Sam it was. And a lot of these engines have like special nameplates about them. They didn't really like the standard issue. The engines didn't really like the standard issue livery that they were given. Mike and Holly, they didn't really like the yellow and like matte black finish liveries that the Sodor Ironworks engines have, which was standard issue by the controller, but they didn't really enjoy it. So some of them have like special designs, like Victoria has purple in her nameplate for whatever reason. It was her choice. Question is that I don't even know. The controller was the one who gave her this livery, and he was the one who gave her that nameplate himself. He never really specified how he got that shade of color. That shade of color doesn't even exist, I believe. I've never seen that shade of color on an engine, nameplate wise. But Mike just, well, Mike, he was kind of indifferent about his livery. Didn't really care much, so he just chose the standardness. If there's a fat controller, a thin controller, a small controller, what about a wide controller? Oh, the wide controller. We do have a wide controller. I don't know where that guy is, actually. Nobody know what section of the island he owns, like, really. Like, everyone thinks that, like, the island had, like, just one controller. We had a few controllers back then, but they weren't really the chatty bunch like Sir Topham Hatt was, nor were they really the type to, like, promote the railway in any way. And by the time the railway converged and all of it was, like, bought up, the other controllers kind of just retired, except a couple. The wide controller is named Big Ounce. I'm dead. That's a wild name for a controller. Now then, who should we take out on the rails? I'm not driving Mike again. Mike, you literally nearly killed us last stream. No, you did technically kill us last stream because the stream crashed. So technically speaking, you did kill us last stream. Thanks, Mike. Can we get a round of applause for Mike? You know, everyone's favorite Ironworks engine. The man behind it all. Drive Billy, Bill and Billy. Ah, yes, Bill, and Billy. Well, since our friend Bill is blocked, we'll have to take our friend Bill. All right. I know we all wanted to take Bill out on the trip, but you know, Bill is the only one who isn't being blocked by Sam right now. So Bill, you've been chosen. Oh, wait. We need to attach some cargo to you. I know just the cargo. Who has the perfect cargo? Nope. Yeah, there you are. There we go. Thomas, dear friend, I'm going to need to borrow those off of you. Just take those and so long, good friend. Alright. Let's get this started. Alright, so first thing first, reverse said train. Please don't be like Mike. Mike was something else. I remember that AI generated Thomas book cover titled The Snow. What? I'm definitely out of the loop when it comes to Thomas stuff. Alright. Slow down. Nearly had a wreck there. Alright, now that we have a train collected with our friend Bill, we'll see you later. This is our friend Billy. Just pretend there's a Y right there at the end of his name. The 6-wheeler truck. Yep, the 6-wheeler truck. It's nothing else, just a 6-wheeler truck. I'm just gonna go down here and this is what crashed the game last time, so cross your fingers. Alright, now it's just saying area unavailable. Congratulations. Alright, so how am I gonna get to the track if everything's... Oh, no, please, no. Oh, my God. Please don't tell me it just crashed. I can hear the PS4 slowing down. It's always I want to give it the shadow of a doubt and hope that it moves through, but it's not going to. It's crashed. I can hear the PS4 slowing down gradually. To quote Gordon, uh-oh, exactly, uh-oh indeed. Well, that sucks. I really wanted to continue the stream, but if it's gonna keep doing that, I'll have to fix that problem and probably start up another one later. Or tomorrow. Probably around like 5. I'll host another stream or have another stream. And this time we'll be releasing them. And I also gotta get to some sleep anyway, because I gotta release the livery that we just had, well, that I just made. The Ryan livery, Henry livery, the Percy livery is gonna be worked on, and then a couple of more fan liveries that were requested. It's to get that all done, but this was a good stream. I had fun. Besides the end part where it crashed and stuff like that, which sucks, but it was a good stream. I wish Mike didn't traumatize us all with the horror ride that we had, but what about Thomas the Cow Engine? Oh yeah, we didn't even get to drive Thomas the Cow Engine because the game it crashed. Tell you what, I'm about to say, well, anyway, bye for now until next stream. Yeah, the next stream will be tomorrow when I get off of work, and we'll have a look at Cow Thomas, have him out on the rails first on stream, since he didn't get to make an appearance on the line today. Thank you those who did join this 2.5, if you will, of the stream. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good night. It's a Train is out. Customizable, but they didn't. Like, I thought you were going to be able to make a custom livery for the Thomas, because to be honest, and this is a small detail, I'll tell you that I wanted to, when I first heard that Thomas was announced, I was going to originally plan, me and my team were planning on remaking the, save that, can't reveal. Why are you slowing down? Now is not the time. He, oh my goodness. If you break down on the middle, you agree that she was not going to join the railway if Mike didn't come along, but he is proving very wisely why we should have just left him back at the scrapyard. Because Mike, she will tease you all the way back. So, not seeing anything off. Wait. Come here. Anything off about the driver? Because the tunnel was recorded during the A Tale as Time episode 0. I'm trying to say everything really quickly because Mike is just barely. Only time will tell. That quote is going to possible. Plus, without those the red driving right, it just wouldn't look right. It just wouldn't look as good.